Hello everybody, today we're going over Packet Tracer Lab 1.5.5 from the Cisco Intro to Networking course. This lab is called Network Representation, and they have started us out with a network here that looks more elaborate than any of the networks that you are going to set up in this entire course, I believe. But this lab is set up so that you can explore this network. Take a look at some of these devices. You may not understand everything because you're just starting, but that's okay. We are going to answer some questions together as we go through this lab. In step 1 of this lab, we are told to identify common components of a network as represented in Packet Tracer. So I want you to take a look at the icon bar down here, and you can see all of these different types of devices and connectors, and it says the icon toolbar at the bottom left-hand corner has various categories of networking components. So you can see there are networking devices, end devices, components, connections, miscellaneous, and multi-user connection. And they ask us in the first question, list the intermediary device categories. So let's see our intermediary devices. Those are the routers, the switches, the hubs, the wireless devices, security, and WAN emulation. And then they ask us, without entering into the internet cloud or intranet cloud, how many icons in the topology represent endpoint devices? Only one connection leading to them. So we want to look at this whole topology here and see how many end devices we have. So only one connection to them. So up here in this top box, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 devices. Over here, we have 1, I'm going to move down a little bit, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that gives us 9 so far. And then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Those are all of the devices that have only one connection to them. So that's set apart from something like this setup here that has 2 connections. This one has 6 connections, okay? The next question, without counting the 2 clouds, how many icons in the topology represent the intermediary devices that have multiple connections leading to them? Okay, let me move up here. Here's one right here, 1. Here's another one, 2. Here's another one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and going over here, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got 13. The answer key says 11, so I think we probably shouldn't have counted these 2 right here because they're connecting directly to the clouds. All right, next question. How many end devices are not desktop computers? Okay, let's count the ones that are not desktops. Desktops look like a desktop computer. So let's count all the ones that are end devices that are not desktops. Here's a laptop, so 1. Here's a printer, 2. A tablet, 3. A server, 4. Those are all desktops. So we're at 4. Here's a server, 5, a printer, 6, a smartphone, 7, and a laptop, 8. The answer is 8. How many different types of media connections are used in this network topology? Well, you can see from the colors of them, we've got this plain solid black line. That's one type of connector. I'm going to click on the connections lightning bolt here, and you'll see those are copper straight throughs. So copper straight through is one type. Wireless is another type.
We've got this red lightning bolt. That's another type. And do we have anything else? Oh, a blue lightning bolt. So we have 4 different types of media connections. All right. Part 2, explain the purpose of the devices. In Packet Tracer, only the server PT device can act as a server. Desktop or laptop PCs cannot act as a server. Based on your studies so far, explain the client-server model. So you can do that on your own. I can tell you a little bit of information here. In modern networks, a host can act as a client, a server, or both. Software installed on the host determines the role that it plays on the network. Servers are hosts that have software installed that enables them to provide information and services like email or web pages to other hosts on the network. Clients are hosts that have software installed that enables them to request and display the information obtained from the server. A client could also be configured as a server simply by installing server software. For the next part, list at least 2 functions of intermediary devices. Regenerate and retransmit data signals. Maintain information about what pathways exist through the network and internetwork. Notify other devices of errors and communication failures. Direct data along alternate pathways when there's a link failure. Classify and direct messages according to QoS priorities. Permit or deny the flow of data based on security settings. Part C, list at least 2 criteria for choosing a network media type. And one of them would be how far the signal has to go. So you need to know how far that media can successfully carry the signal. You need to know the environment in which the media is to be installed. You want to know the amount of data and the speed at which it should be transmitted. And you want to know the cost of the media and how much it costs to install it. Okay, for part 3A, explain the difference between a LAN and a WAN and give examples of both. LANs provide access to end users in a small geographical area. That's like a home office, a school campus, something like that. WANs, wide area networks, provide access to users in a wide geographical area over long distances, spanning anywhere from a few miles to thousands of miles. So a metropolitan area network and the internet are examples of WANs, wide area networks. A company's intranet can also connect multiple remote sites using a WAN. LAN stands for local area network, of course. In the packet tracer network that we have here, how many WANs do you see? And there are 2. There are the internet and the intranet. So we have internet and intranet here. How many LANs do we see? We see 3. And those are the ones that have the borders, the rectangles around them. Part D, the internet in this packet tracer network is overly simplified and does not represent the structure and form of the real internet. Briefly describe the internet. So the internet is mostly used when we need to communicate with a resource on another network. The internet is a global mesh of interconnected networks or internetworks. E, what are some of the common ways a home user connects to the internet? Well, you could use cable, DSL, dial-up, cellular, satellite. Part F, what are some common methods that businesses use to connect to the internet in your area? They can use dedicated lease lines, something called Metro E, DSL, cable, and satellite. Okay, I'll let you work on that challenge question on your own, but that's the end of this lab.